Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Rhop. Woody. This is going to be my part 3 episode recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion special. Baby, and when I tell you it was special, yes ma'am, it was hot and very good. And let's get right on into it. So the episode opens up with Mia and her dramatics. She is determined to leave, and then Andy tells her that she's a good person and to come back on the stage and face her fears. And that's exactly what she did, because she wanted somebody to run in behind her from the stage. But who was that going to be? Nobody, because nobody is feeling her right now. So we hear pussy ass Greg behind the scenes talking about, I could have been bopping down to my hand. They told me 1/3. Somebody get rid of him, aka Keon. So we get caught up with Gizelle, and Gizelle's girls are doing great in college, and we find out that Jamal and let's give a shout out to the viewers, because the viewers' questions is what kept this part 2 hot. I feel like it was very interesting how those questions were very, very to the point, and they were answering. Okay, so it was given how to handle a reunion, and the girls they cooked. They let it cook. So back to the reunion. I just wanted to give a shout out because they were the ones who asked the question. How was Jamal and old girl doing, and the new wife, and they don't know her. And they said, why did they dress up like Elphaba and the Wicked show movie? And well, okay, I can see that just a little bit, but hey, he had on a pink dress. She had a pink dress. He had a green suit. He looked like Kermit the Frog. But she was like, he don't even know what Wicked is. How does she know? Them people probably saw Wicked several times. And just remember Giselle, why she over there looking just like you. You both in cave. See how you do your sister wrong. So we get to Giselle and her man that she met on the speed date. They're getting along, and then they mention Jack Harlow, aka Josh, and Ashley and Jack Harlow are doing well. But she wanted to confront Wendy for talking about him. And Wendy like, girl, after everything you said about my husband. Then we find out that Ashley was the one who had brought it to the show and not Giselle. We know how it was brought. The audience that really paid attention knows how it was brought. Remember what Candace said? You brought your filthy goat's milk here? And then you filthy milkmaid or whatever it was. And then you left after you started all that drama. Yeah. Candace clocked it from the beginning. But that does not negate the fact that Giselle also had a hand in it for mentioning it to Wendy. But we all know Ashley had her part in that. Ashley had her part in the scandal with Eddie being happy and Deborah. It seems to me that Ashley just does not like to see women on this show happy. And that's when Wendy said, I'm still with my husband, boo. Yeah, don't nobody want. Now, she don't want to lay up under that animal from the Shire no more. So we get to Greg and Horrible Greg and Kiana. And Kiana is letting them know that, you know how I can say her name, because a lot of people cannot say her name. It's because I know a young lady from my childhood. Her name is Kiana. Kiana. So all I did was add an R, okay? Kiana. Okay. So anyway, Kiana is talking about her and Greg and how he just, does not feel comfortable on the show since she was attacked. Now, I heard somebody say with the foolishness that was Candace's fight and she jumped in it. No, no, no. Again, people are coming up with narratives that they just want to come up with. She was breaking up the fight. She was trying to separate them, and then that wildebeest knocked her upside the head with the bottle or the champagne glass. That's how she ended up with the cut, people. And then Kiana just commences to whooping her ass. That's what happened. And it's understandable that he does not want her around these ladies who did not protect her. So then we get to Stacy and T. I can't even say his name without laughing. So Stacy's like, well, I noticed that some of the ladies were supportive of me. I watched the show back and I saw how he was treating me on the show. And it wasn't very nice. But he's still a good person. We are still very good friends. And then some of them said he was more interested in the trainer than me. And then she looked at Wendy. And Wendy said, yeah, I said it. But Wendy did apologize. Moving right along. So they get on the fashions, darling, the fashions. And then they talk about the 613, which I find out is the white blonde wig. Woo! And they say Karen wears the white blonde wig the best. When Mia was trying to get back in Gizelle's good rap, I know we're not talking, but Gizelle, you wear the 613 the best. And then they talked about how, Vivian, which I did a video on it, so you can go back and look at the video. I'm not gonna go all up in detail. And Stacey got into it about a dress that she had originally designed for Ashley. But back to the 613. They said Karen wears the best. Mia finally clocked in and said, but y'all, she gonna clock out for the rest of the episode. We're about to get into it. And said, when it's not sliding back, baby, that hit on the nail on the head. Do you hear me? That nail head was hurting because it was factual information. When I tell you, Karen, and when I saw her and that wig was back there around by her ear area, and she was looking like RoboCop. I call all women whose hairline started right back there. Because, RoboCop turned, you have to be an old hoe, know what I'm talking about. When he turned into the robot, half human, his hairline started back there by his earlobes. That's what women who wig slide back like to me. Okay? But anyway, yeah, Mia won with that one. And from the rest of the show on, she gonna be losing. Oh, by the way, yeah, and I said last week that Stacey's wig was a wig. Fashions, none of these girls are fashionable. Did it? Even though this is the best Gizelle has ever looked in her life on this show, did y'all see how she kept having to put her titties back in that damn dress? I just noticed that. Because she kept, and they were showing it. How she, I don't know, maybe that's because I saw it on Peacock. I don't know if they showed it on the regular, Bravo. But she kept pushing them titties back in there like I used to have to do when I was breastfeeding. Woo! No ma'am, pal. But yeah, fashionistas. No. Karen, no. Karen is not a grave dresser. She thinks she is though. I hate her confessional looks most of the time. Especially with that blonde wig that was sitting on top of her head. That was like, some of it up, some of it down. I hate it. It looked like she had a chill pad on top of her head. Kiana is coming into her own. She's a good dresser. I didn't like her reunion look, so there you go on that. Then they talked about the shoulder look that she had. In her confessional, oh, she looked like she had been abducted by aliens. And then and they sent her back in one of those little air capsules. Whoo, a mess. And then they talked about that Michelin Man dress that Whitney had on. I was like, what? How? When? Where, Jesus? Fix it. And then Andy said that was the first time I ever had to contact one of my girls about the way they were looking on the screen. He was like, man, we don't have to discuss this. Then she said, well, I own it. I did kind of look like the Michelin Man. No shit. That is the worst. Since she had her mommy makeover, that is the worst dress I've seen Winnie in ever. Because that Mugler outfit that everybody was wearing that I now currently hate, she wore it best out of all the housewives. That includes you, Phaedra. And the viewer sent in a question about Ashley's bunions. Talking about they running the family. Girl, bye. Tell the bunions bye-bye and get them shaved up. Because there's no need for you to be on TV looking a mess all the time. You do look a mess. They talk about how she only wears shirts that don't cover her point-out belly. But the bunion, that's the worst thing about her. I can deal with the crop top shirt. But that foot, no man. So then they talk about how Mia went from boardroom chic to Fashion Nova bleak. Just, it was different. It was, when she was because as in the boardroom, I sold my business. I was a businesswoman. But those suits, I'm so glad that she had the opportunity to be picked up out the gutter and put into nice clothes like that when she was professing to be a businesswoman. I think she was just a figurehead, but that's neither here nor there. She looked the part. Now, let me just say this. A lot of people say that Mia's upbringing is why she be lying. Like Destiny. But Destiny was really dragged up through the system. Word on the street again, allegedly, is that Mia was never in foster care. That's why her and Jackie couldn't get their story straight. So Jacqueline comes out, and they was like, Ashley's like, do you notice where we are, Jacqueline? Because, we know she's having a baby. And it means so much to her. But it also was precious that they shared a little kiss. Because, Ashley brought it up. Other than the fact that we see Jacqueline out there to be Mia's watchdog, which was what she was the whole entire year or season, now we see her out there saying, we don't know who her baby daddy is. Because it ain't P&B. Pickles and, what was his name? Pickles and Bricks. Anyway, Big D Energy. It's not his baby. What did I get that from? Well, whatever his name is, he give her a good pee. Okay? I do know that. But it wasn't his peen that made these beans. So we get on to the meat of the story. And they ask, are you, we're talking to Mia now, is Mia and Murder Inc. really broken up? Ha! They all laugh. Hell no. They won't go. They are together, I believe. And they made up this whole story to come to us with the bullshit. And they all in on it, including G. Because they all told her, they was like, well, G has expressed to you that he does not want to film with half. Now, this is when Giselle starts riding Mia's ass. She don't live here. She's coming here just to film. She lives in Atlanta. She about to say she bi-coastal, but she just... she changed it and said, I live in both places. I can do that. I have 2 homes. Girl, well, you may have a home with Ink, but they are saying y'all ain't broke up, girl. That's what they saying. That's the point of the conversation. So, again, Jackie is just out there with her horrible makeup. Not saying a word. And then she finally jumps in. Have you ever experienced someone who's bipolar? He is mania. So then, that's when Andy said, well, wait a minute. I know how to fix it. Where do your kids go to school? Well, hell, they ain't in public school. I homeschool them. So that means you don't have to live in a certain place in order to film. No, because Mia is in the back of the plane and people can hear her saying that she lives in Atlanta. No. Y'all, I've said it before and I said it again. These supposed to be so-called rich people. They can have 2 homes. Dadgum Mississippians, first thing they do, want to pull out the barbecue grill and start playing music when the temperature go up to 65. Last week we was in a polar vortex and it killed all my plants, but we're not going to talk about that. So it was now it's time for Wendy to get on their ass. Because, they were tag teaming at this point. I think that you and Ink are together. You came up with this plan to break up. And now you're going back and forth. And I think that you all are all in this together. But it didn't come out the way you all had planned for it to come out. Because the baby was brought into this. And then you saw how people were talking about your ass, basically dragging your ass down to the social medias. And you weren't expecting it. Oh, yeah, yep, sounds about right. Then Giselle jumps in. She's just pretending to drop Ink. And then, because Winnie had said, let me drop Ink. And then Giselle was like, pretend to. And then Jacqueline made another face. Like, oh, they know. How do they know? They should have known. But they keep the camera on Jacqueline. Because I'm looking right at it. Remember, we watched it together. And I'm looking right at them keeping the camera on Jacqueline. Why? And then Anna jumps in. Well, they are getting divorced. That's a lie. I'm telling you. They have already all together orchestrated this plan to come up with this to keep her on the show. Again, sounds about right. So, another viewer question. Why did you tell your kids for the first time that you were getting divorced on camera? But remember, you just said, you can't marry Mr. Ink. And baby, you remember that what Mia said to Candace last season? This is her this season. Shut up. I know you didn't just right in the middle of me talking, start growling. I'm not hungry, guys. I ate a Chipotle bowl. Things don't settle with your stomach right. I'm not editing that out. Just excuse me. You can't control certain things when you're on the mic. Because my mic sounds nice. I didn't know that was coming. Anyway, back to her. Did y'all see she had folded up her triangle? Remember, Candace said it. Mia be lying. And Candace be crying. Now Mia is the one who's crying. Mm-hmm. So now it's time to talk about the plan that the baby wasn't going. So that's when Kiana speaks up. And she's like, this is all an elaborate plan. You knew all along that baby was going. Because you could see the child through IVF. Am I correct? Then when they say yes, when you conceive a child, because most of these women got manufactured babies, okay, through IVF. They know. They know how the process works, okay. So when you conceive a child through IVF, according to them, you know you have to take a blood test. Yeah, to make sure you're not already pregnant. However, remember, Mia was consistently screwing. Oh boy. I believe that. And I do believe she had a question because I believe she was screwing him during the window of time when she was ovulating. Remember, during IVF, my understanding is they only implant you when you are ovulating. And sometimes the eggs take, sometimes they don't. And maybe one of Murder Inc.'s little sperm squeaked on by. See, that's why I think that it was a possibility. Because we can't say for sure just because of the blood test that I'm with me on that, because I know how it was for me when I had my baby. We had to take various blood tests, and in some instances, I want to say that I think no blood tests are the way you can confirm for sure. But it was something that gave me a false positive. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, the point is, and it had me thinking I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because that urine test was positive. So I'm just saying there could have been a window there where one of the tests didn't pick up the pregnancy hormone. It's possible. I'm telling you, people, it's possible, especially using IVF. So from liar to liar, she said it right. You have to be at least 4.5 weeks pregnant before the blood test will pick it up. And then Ashley, as if she knew, because I thought she had her baby naturally, right? And even though I had my baby naturally, I just was 41. So I had to take a lot of blood tests. Okay? Because you have to take that harmony to make sure there's no extra chromosome. So there's a lot of things that I'm familiar about to test it on, even though I didn't use IVF. But anyway, so from liar to liar, because Ashley said it was a meeting, and then liar to liar, Stacy steps in and says, "Mary, darling, don't you just want to be free of all of these lies? Girl, we about to find out about you in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1." So she said, Mia said, "I am ready to let all this go. That's why we did a professional test. And Jeremiah is Gordon's child through IVF." Yeah, we kind of knew, but I was just trying to get you to BOD, girl. Because I had been saying that all along when everybody was like, "Oh, it's an IVF. It's guaranteed that the sperm has to be fertilized through the person who donated the fertilization. The fertilizer, should I say. But, like I said, not necessarily. Not when you humping and bumping. Naturally, with a younger dude, and it was the old dude's sperm that wasn't swimming." Now, the viewers should be holding the champagne flute for this for this reading, because they saved the day. Came in with another question. Well, if you're trying to protect your children, why are you discussing grown folk shit in front of them? Oh my God, Andy, that never happened. That never happened before that day. Any day. You walking a fine line talking about things like this in front of them. Because even though it's a game to you all, like Ashley said, the kid is about 19 years old. So if you think they're not looking at social media or watching your show, he's a damn fool. And he's going to be one. Mr. N could have been my daddy. But it was an all scheme and a lie and some bullshit that y'all came up with to keep you on the show. So, Mia admits that she confuses people because sometimes she's confused. You don't confuse me. I just sit there and think, oh, another lie. So, they get on to Mia about throwing G into his mania. And Coriana was like, it's almost like it was elderly abuse because Gordon is an elderly man and I could see him going into these different episodes because of you. And then that's when Andy stepped in and was like, no, she protected him. Yes, I did, Andy. I did it. I protected him for years. I know you lying. You didn't protect him because every chance you got, you mentioned how he was going through an episode. Every time they caught you up in your shit. Well, I'm going through a lot. Gordon is in mania. Every time. So she was like, well, he does this all the time. The moment the camera comes on, it makes it seem like I'm the liar. Well, yeah, but it's not something that y'all hadn't discussed. I do believe y'all discussed the scenes before you get in. So under their breath, they're like, where's Gordon? And then she said, well, he wanted to be here because he wanted to apologize for making me look so bad on television. Yeah, because y'all ain't getting on the force. Now, I don't want Ashley to talk no more. I don't want her to talk no more. Because after that long strenuous divorce we had to sit through for 17 years with her and Michael Darby, you need to be quiet. Now, if you want to do something, copy the way Stacey did it over there. Now, get y'all some child support. Not that part. Not that part. The part where she chunked up the deuces to that Caucasian German man. So, Giselle said, bringing up the paternity of your child just to be on the show is disgusting. It's deplorable. And that's when Wendy jumps in. See, Wendy been saving this show the whole time, along with the viewers. But she already has the champagne flute. So we're going to give her champagne flute times 2. And then we're going to hand out one to the viewers that sent in the question. So, here she goes. Right? She sets up the scene. She says, Mia, you know you be lying. Because the word on the street is that you said that we is the Michelles and you is the Beyonce of this show. I know you fucking lying. That's what they looking like. What? No. Andy Cohen putting her in that first seat. You did that. You did it. Carlo King, you did it too. Interviewing her, telling her she's the force multiplier. That's how you pump people up, Carlos King. You pump them up by telling them they're the force multiplier. And Andy, because he met Michelle, he's like, Michelle is very talented. Yeah, she is. And then Giselle goes, well, I know Michelle personally, and I would love to be Michelle in one of the biggest girl groups of all time. And that's when then and it's like, well, who is Kelly? Then when it's, I'll be Kelly. Ain't none of y'all there want her. Are y'all talented like that? Nope. Third of all, I'm with them on that. I never liked Destiny's Child once they got rid of LaToya on the top. I bought one more album. That was it. Although I did like, and I think that song was on that album. I like Independent Women. I like Survive. 3 songs. Wait a minute, I like Bootylicious too. But LaTavia and LaToya was actually on that. That was when the replacements came in. So that second album with Bootylicious on it, that was all of them, I think. Yeah, I'm saying. Because I think Say My Name was on there too. I wasn't really crazy about Say My Name. But anyway, my point is, Latavia and Latoya, I stayed loyal to them for the most part. I did buy independent women. Because it was just reminding me of myself. Survivor. I'm not going to give up. It was just a song that was pumping them up. But to me, it was a diss song to Latavia and Latoya. Because they said, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on, work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm going to make it. That was like, even though y'all gone, you thought I wouldn't breathe without you, but I'm breathing. Okay, I know. And then, Bootylicious was just like a fun song. I do Bootylicious, but I don't think you're ready. And then people always dissing Michelle about how she danced. I didn't know that she was all out of step until people started pointing out. And I didn't know she had fallen on 106 and Park because I wasn't watching 106 and Park like that after AJ and Free left anyway. So I didn't know. Or were they still on there when that happened? But either way, I wasn't watching it like that. I was a working woman, independent woman. At that. Point is, for me, Latavia and Latoya was a big part of the group. And when they left, I wasn't as into Destiny's Child like I had once been into them. How do you say that? Did I say that right? Sometimes look, y'all, sometimes when we talking, the words come out in the way they're not supposed to come out in your head, especially when you're 50. Okay? But, okay, I'm just saying, again, only a few songs. I need a soldier, and them niggas stand up for me. Then again, I like Hater to You too. Let me stop before I get into Destiny's Child's catalog and I get in trouble because Beyonce will snatch your shit real quick. Dang, I like the Emotions too. The remake from Emotions. And Dangerously in Love. Dang it. Let me stop again. Mia know how to get them off her, don't she? I had been drinking and left it at that. Has Mia always had an eye relationship with you? That goes one of those real questions again. And she says, well, yes. I mean, she has a tendency to exaggerate sometimes the way she was raised. Can I keep on with that excuse? Yes, Jacqueline has told me before. I'm telling you, Jacqueline is not coming back. I won't miss her. Okay? She's not a good friend of the show. She don't have her own thing going on. She is strictly there to pump that lady up. So, boy, that gets the unseen footage, right? And Giselle got all the smoke. Keep my children's name out your mouth, bitch. She said, no, you make me keep your children's name out my mouth. Giselle. And then Mia jumps up, get in her face. What you were gonna do? That's what Giselle said. And besides, you talked about my children. And then Giselle said, no, Mia, I talked about you. I talked about you. I talked about you and the deplorable way you were raising your children. I know that's right. So when it was like, did they show this? And then it was like, Giselle was like, no, they did not show it. They did not show it. But Kiana knew about it, and so did Ashley. You were saying I was a terrible mother. Well, you are acting like a terrible mother this entire season, and I stand by it. Woo, God, I'm just saying. Look, let me say this about the season. I don't like that lady. Nope. But this season, I have agreed with her at least 3 times. That's a damn record. No mother would put their child on TV to discuss his paternity. No mother would do that. Not a good one. Oh, shit. That was it. She picked up her phone from behind the pillow. Lay your head on my pillow. And just relax. Got that damn phone and booked up out of there. Said, that was enough. That's enough. That's enough. You don't talk about my children. Ashley missed ass. The truth hurts, I guess. You're not going to talk about my kids. You're not going to talk about my kids. Clumpity, clumpity, clump. Because you know her Sasquatch speak is clumpity, clumpity, clumpity on the audio. When they say, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't get people doing shit and not being accountable for the shit they do. Y'all, uncensored. Down to the peacock. That's what you want. Because I didn't think Wendy cussed. There's Giselle. They should have had Peacock when Monique and Giselle were having it out during season 5. And Giselle had a breakdown. Because Giselle even cussed. She was like, we just holding her accountable for the shit she did. Bitch, please. Then you gonna walk up and leave? Get up and leave? Or walk out and leave? Whatever she said. And then she said, bitch, please. I said, oh, snap. Not the first lady. Acting like the last lady. I had to throw that in, even though it was corny to me at the time. So Eddie's fine ass is back there with Greg's non-fine ass. And they get a call from TJ. They go call TJ and say, man, why you ain't here? I don't want to come in that fake ass show to get them fake ass people and do all this fake ass shit. And Eddie's like, what? So whatever they discussed, he sent it to Wendy. Wendy's like, what the hell? Then, before it goes off, look, let me just say this. The reason why I say the best part for last is because I want to throw this in with the fakeness of old girl's relationship. Now, I did a piping hot tea on the alleged situation with TJ and Stacy. Allegedly, it was supposed to be like a Walter situation. Hey, little Walter. Remember, hey, little Walter from Atlanta. So Atlanta got mixed in with this because we already called her the fake ass great value Kenya Moore, remember? So fake ass great value Kenya Moore came up with a scheme and a plan to come to us with the bullshit set up by Todd, right? So Ed is gonna get this. This is the information that Ed is waiting for. Because remember, Kiana said, well, were they really together? Did y'all even do anything? Well, you wasn't having an ex. So what did y'all do? Did it go down on you? Did it give you some fellatio, cunnilingus, any of that? I'm not answering that question. Well, you can't answer the question because of the message that Eddie is going to receive in regards to you not giving him no booty because first of all, I think he likes booty. Not yours, but the male version. And that you was paying him and you missed the payment. Y'all, it goes off on when to get the news. And come on in. We got this too big. Did I call this part 3 at the beginning of this? I did. Y'all, am I ready for it to be over? This is part 2. Forgive me. Remember, charge it to my head. Y'all don't fit. This is part 2 because part 3 is when we're going to get the tee-hee-hee. As I do when I close, I'm going to chuck them up. Before I do, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed care. And as I do when I close, I'm going to check them up. Deuces. Don't forget to follow me on my other platforms, which will be in the description box, and which includes my cash app. DMCLAYZYTY. And I'm out.